also, one of my imperial masters, Yeonja, she said her skin was never better, but now she's already in her mid-60s. But now she got the best skin conditions. I don't know if she's lying or she's just, lying to herself, lying to me or what, but I would like to believe that it's true. So what I want to say is these absolute quality products were sold in an absolute price in Atomy. So this is how we run our business. So with this kind of absolute products, you have to ask yourself, will you buy Atomy product even if you don't do this business? If the answer is yes, then your friends, your consumers will also think like that, right? So even in the pandemic situations happening all around the world, and there's a chaotic environment and there are a lot of hardships among the globe, but still Atomy never stopped to grow. Our sales revenue grow, our member numbers grow, and the trend is not going to stop. So this is what we have achieved in the past years. You have to be aware that because we are developing, there must be a lot of successful leaders coming out. And a lot of people saying that Atomy is already getting a very successful achievements. We are already a successful company, but I think it's not enough. We are not successful enough because when I go out on the streets, no one knows me. Still no one's recognize me. So we are not doing enough. We have to be more famous, become more famous. So because we have already grown throughout the pandemic period, and now we arrive the post-pandemic era, so we have to think what we gain from the pandemic situation. Before, we have to take flights to overseas in order to meet our foreign partners, but now, because of the pandemic situation, we developed the online meeting systems. We can meet anyone, anywhere, anytime through the technology development. And I believe that with this technology in our hand, we will become number one, and we will grow once again. And you cannot stop to work hard because we are growing so fast, and so you have to grow too as a leader. So now the new era is coming. And we have a lot of overseas branches, and the Brazil overseas branches is preparing for their grand open, and we have setting up factories, warehouse over there, and a lot of people ask us, why are you opening the South American market this late? We still have a lot of things to do. So we have a UK office, but now we are opening up the Germany office, and also we have a Turkey branch, and we will work together, and we will get into the European markets with our absolute product, absolute price. For people using Atomy products, they think that I use this because it's cheap. But actually, the real value of the Atomy product is the technology lies inside. Because our ampoules, our lotions, our essence was nothing but the same with the luxury brands. we are using the highest quality technology, ingredients. You are actually using the same thing like the other rich people. So this is the key to success. Using these Atomy products is the key to success. So in the future, if you want to help your children to fulfill their dreams, you have to be prepared, because it's very difficult for our next generations to make money, because there are a lot of like AIs, there are a lot of technologies, a lot of workplace was replaced by robots, by technologies, and you can see our youngsters are working so hard. They studied and they studied again in order to get in the good companies. So what we have to do now is we have to solve the problems that our children are facing. We have to buy them housing. Why? Because they couldn't buy a house. They couldn't afford a house. Even if they got into the largest corporations like Samsung, like LG, but still they cannot afford a house in Seoul because the housing price was rising year by year. So some people might say, let's just wait until the housing price drops again, but that will become a very big financial problem again. It will be a financial crisis. So this is not how things work. We have to earn money as early as we can, in Atomy especially. Just like our Iyonja, Imperial Master. As you have known her life stories, she was once had nothing in her hand, but now she become an imperial master. And some people might think that, oh, I want to become the imperial masters because I want to get the cash prize. But instead, they are actually already earning a billion Korean won every month already. So their life was completely different. So just imagine a life of having a monthly income of a few billion Korean won. Where can you live? You can live in your dream house and just save some money for a few years, and you can buy your children's dream house for them. And you can just give out presents of like houses, apartments, flats, and just buy people houses. Just imagine your daughter-in-law, if you buy a apartment for their family, they will treat you as her parents, right? They will love us from the deepest of their hearts. Isn't it great?
우리가 뭐 여러 가지 일들을 계속 하고 있는데 이번에 우리가 이제 소미산 루스타운이라고 우리가 한 300명 모일 때부터 거기를 썼어요. 그러다가 이제 1박 2일 석세스 아카데미를 하다가 거기가 한 막
So before we are doing the Success Academy in this Sukrisan town, so there are only a ceremony hall for a few hundred people, and a lot of members come here, and because it's very far away from the city, so they have to find housings. If they want to come participate in the seminars, they have to sleep somewhere near the seminars. And actually, there's a good news I want to tell you is we actually buy the seminar hall. So someone may ask why we are buying that hall. So the reason why I was buying is we are using those halls for a few years, and we found that the facilities there are a little bit old, they're a bit rash, and I always ask the representatives to renew these facilities in a hall. And because it's not my property, so I cannot make a decision for them. But after, like, because of the COVID-19 situation, the housing price was drops a little bit, and I so I bought it. I just bought it. So in the future, we will be able, you will be living a life like me, just buy wherever, what kind of like house you want, everything you want. So just work hard with your partners. So if you want to, maybe you want to hold a seminars yourselves and with your partners, and you cannot find any places, you can just use our own seminar hall. Just come to the hall we're using, and I believe you will have a lot of confidence in front of your guests. See, this is our company's building. And in that hall, we have the left wing, the right wing. So one is a newer, and one is the older one. And we have already renewed all the facilities there. So we are planning on this. It might take some time, but you can look forward to it. So when there are a lot of overseas members, when they can finally come to Korea to attend to our seminars, maybe we can use those seminar halls as a housing hostels for them to stay a night, and so that they have no excuse not to participate in our seminars. So it's your choice whether to participate or not, but we don't have buses, shuttle buses to other places, so maybe you won't have any other things to do. So the people coming, they will be very happily joining our seminars, very safe, because all you do is just attending our seminars. So what I want to say is, when you come to this dream hall, you won't think that Atomy is a company that's going to do. It's a broke company, right? We have prepared 700 seats in this dream hall. Now today, we have like about 30,000 participants here today, only in the floor of this hall, but we still have the balcony. We didn't use it. So after we open up all the areas, there will be 7,000 participants joining us in the seminars. So this is our property. We are not renting it from anyone. So there is a book named Super Fuchsia Era. So this is about the future, the Fuchsia world, Fuchsia era. Some of you might not know what is Fuchsia, and I have to warn you before that this book is complicated, it's difficult. Even when I read this book, I found it's really difficult. And because this was written by the professors, and they have been studying in this area for a very long time. So maybe for us normal people will find the content of this book very difficult. So what is about Fuchsia is actually about our future, meaning that the future is very complicated, it's very unstable, there are a lot of uncertainties in the future. So how can we run a
광화문에
business in those kind of
윤정호
chaotic
교수님이라고
environment in the
이화여대
future?
경영학과 교수님인데
So
그분이
this
막
professor,
어려운 얘기를 썼어요.
he's a
뭔
professor
말인지 잘
from
모르겠고
the
나도.
Ewha Women's
그런데
University, a
그
very
뒤에다가
wise
애터미
man.
예화를 딱 써놨어.
He used
그러니까
the business model of Atomy
이 어려운 것을 이 아이디어란
to
이상적인
analyze
것이
how
현실적으로
should people
가능하냐?
run a business in the
가능하다.
future era.
애터미에서 내가 봤다.
So
이렇게 써놨어요.
in
그러니까
simple words, it means that
그러니까
if you want to
여러분들이
anyone want to
앞부분을
success in the
꼭
future, you
참고
have
읽으세요.
to study
읽다가
the
애터미의 예화가
Atomy
나오면은
business model.
이 얘기였어. 아이고.
So in the
이
first
얘기를
half
그렇게
of this
어렵게 해
book, you may find the
그러면서
theories,
나는 다
the
아는데.
background knowledge
그럼
is
또
very
챕터에 딱
difficult.
넘어가면은
And when you
또
you
어려운
come to
얘기들을
the
막
later
써놨어요.
chapters, you'll see
그러다가 뭔
the
얘기야?
content
애터미
about
예화가 딱 나와요.
Atomy,
이
how
얘기였어.
the
그러면서
theoretical
이렇게
backgrounds was
여러분들이
analyzed by the
좀 재밌게
Atomy,
읽을
the
수 있는.
sample of
그런데
Atomy
그 어려운
business
용어들을
model,
야,
then you will find
읽고
it very
나면은요.
interesting because
웬만한
you know
경영학
everything in a sudden.
전공자들하고 얘기를 하더라도
So after reading this book,
상당히 수준이 있다고.
even when you
이렇게
are talking
놀라워할
to
것입니다.
the
그러니까
professors,
꾸역꾸역
to
참고
like
읽은 그리고서 얘기가
businessmen,
계속 반복이 돼요. 처음에만
you will
어렵지.
have a lot of
또
knowledge
마지막 챕터쯤
based
가면은 뭔 말을 하는구나 하는
supporting
것을
what you
여러분들이
said.
눈치챌 수가 있어요.
So
근데 이
they
책이
might think you as well as an entrepreneur.
5월 27일
So
날
this book will be launched,
출간이
will be
됩니다.
published in
5월 23일 날.
23rd of May.
그래서 여러분들 한 권씩 사서 읽으실 거죠? 예.
So
그리고
will
이게
you
또
promise me
한
to
권씩
read this
사서
book?
이렇게 읽어서 베스트셀러가
Yes,
되면은
great.
사람들이 뭔데
So,
베스트셀러가 됐지?
and
그러고
also if
찾아가요.
we all
그리고
people here,
애터미를
3,000
혹시
people here,
무시하는
buy
그
this
가방
book,
끈
maybe it will become the
사람들이라든가
bestseller,
이런 사람들
and more
있잖아요.
people will
그런
start
사람들에게
to wonder,
복수하게
oh, what is
하기 좋아.
this book about? What is Atomy
네가
about?
가방끈이 길면은
So,
애터미 무시하냐? 요거
actually,
한번
buying
읽어봐.
this book, reading
잘안
this book is
읽혀질 거,
also a
엄청
very
어려울
good
거.
way to
우리 이런
promote
얘기하면서
Atomy.
살거든 그러면서
And
턱
some
던져놔.
people at first might think, wow, it was such a
아마
fascinating.
기가 팍
We would think
죽어가지고
that Atomy is a very complicated, a very
물어보러 올 거예요. 진짜 그러냐? 그러고 그러면
well,
여러분들은 애터미
a
얘기
very
절절절절 해주면은 와 수준이
good
있네 이렇게 된다는 것입니다.
business model,
그래서
and when they come
앞으로
here they find
여러분들이
out, oh, this business is
나보다 좀
doing this business
수준이
is not
있다.
complicated.
뭐 돈으로 수준이 있든
Then they
지식으로
will
수준이
join
있든
us.
그런 사람들에게는 모른 척하고 뭐 우리 애터미에 관한 책이 하나 나왔는데
So also when you talk to your customers, your friends, you can just say, oh, our company just published a book, and you just give them
그냥
the book, and they will think, wow,
죽을 겁니다. 예.
this is so difficult.
여러분
But then they will become
오늘 이제
interested
우리
about
이연자
our business.
개별 마스터 막 10억 받았고
So today, as you guys all see, our Eonja Imperial Masters got her prize, cash prize, and there are a lot of Royal Masters, Crown Masters getting the cash prize. So a lot of people might
죽는다는 거예요.
be very envy about those kind of cash prize, but actually
임페리얼도 죽어.
there is a
애터미
more
회장은
urgent
죽을까요, 안
problem that we have to solve,
죽어.
not the financial problem,
제 아버님이
but the problem of
86세에
death.
돌아가셨는데
So even if a successful leader like the Imperial Master today,
어쩔지 모르겠어요.
will she
더 살지
die
덜 살지는
someday?
모르겠는데
Yes, of
하여간
course. All
성경에 보면 이런
humans
말씀이
die.
있어요.
So
진리를
within the
알지 진리가
Bible,
너희를 자유케
Bible,
하리라.
there are some
그런데 여러분들이 몸에
contents
얽매여 사는지
talking about death.
내가 왜 자유가 없는지에 대해서 별 생각을 안 해.
So a lot of people don't really think about this kind of issues, and they don't think about
자유롭게
freedom
만들었는데 하는 이런 생각을 하실 수가 있어요.
because
예,
we are
여러분,
already enjoying the kinds of freedom in our daily
정말
life.
자유가 없는 분들이 있을 거예요.
But
그렇죠?
what I say about freedom is not only the
애터미에서도
right
해결이 가능해요.
that we are enjoying
이연자
as a
임페리얼
human,
마스터
like the right of speech.
어때요? 경제적으로 자유스러워요?
I'm
자유스럽지
talking
않아요?
about the freedom of
자연스럽죠. 돈으로부터
financial freedom,
자유스럽죠.
the time
저도
freedom.
돈으로부터는 자유스러워요.
So now our Yeonja Imperial Master,
돈이
she
없어가지고 뭐
enjoys
하고
the
싶은데
full
못 하는 거 그런 것은
financial
없어요.
freedom
그냥.
in her life. You don't have to worry
자,
anything about
그런데
money.
제가
But
딱 매여가지고 꼼짝을 못 하는 게 하나 있어.
there is
거기에서
something that we cannot
절대로 벗어날
solve.
수가 없어.
There's something we
뭐냐면은
cannot get rid of. What is that? It
시간이
is
흘러가면
time.
죽음이 앞에 있어.
Time flies and everyone will
그러니까
eventually
우리
die.
인생
So
열차를
what can we
타고
do with
가는데
it?
창조주 하나님이 100년 정도 달리는 철로를 딱
So
만들어놨어요. 근데 그때는
we have
성경에
our
보면은
life journey
절벽이에요.
made
그리고 유황 불못으로
lasting
떨어진
for 100 years about. And after the 100 years of journey,
하고 있는가 하는 거예요.
and this is the
뭘
end.
하고 있어요? 누가 더 많이 가질 것인가?
So what is the
누가
matter
더
about a
좋은 자리에
successful
앉을 것인가?
life
누가 더
is
유명해질 것인가?
the
이런
things
것을
that we
다
achieved, the
경쟁을
things we
하고
got
그게만
at the end of our
기차
life.
안에밖에 안
So
보는
what
거예요.
kind of
그러니까
achievements
기차
we've
밖에서
made,
기차가 가는
what
걸
kind of
보면은
success
철로가
we had.
얼마 후에 끊기는데 그런데요
So it
절벽에
seems like
가까울수록
our
이렇게
life will
내리막길로
end
경사가 돼 있어가지고 가속도가 더 붙어. 그러니까
after 100
저도
years, but
50대 때
actually,
시간 가는 거
when
하고
we live a
60대 때
successful
시간
life,
가는 게 달라요. 제가 이제 70대
although
되고
the
더
flesh
빨리
of
갈
us
거라고.
will disappear in this world, but
그래서
the
우리가
spirit,
그런데
our achievements
내가
that we
돈
made
가지고 어떤
will
노력을
left
해가지고
in the world
이 열차를
forever.
멈추게 할 수 있다면은 해보겠는데
So we cannot, no
절대로
one
방법이
can stop
대통령의 권력으로
time. Time flies.
최고 재벌의 돈 가지고도
Even
수백 조를
if for
가지고도
people who are
이
super rich,
기차가
for
달리는
people who
것을
have a
멈추게
lot
할
of
수가
power
없어요.
in their
그러니까
hands,
우리는
no
자유가 있어요
one
없어요?
can
자유가
deal with the problem of time.
그런데
So
진리를 알지니 진리가 너희를
we always said
자유하리라
about time
이렇게 돼 있어요.
freedom, but actually we
정말
don't have those kind of
이 자유를 얻는
freedom.
것은요 이거예요. 창조주 하나님이 생명을 만들 때
So when
원래
the
두
God
개를 계획을 하셨을 때
designed
하나는
humans,
뭐냐면은 비오스라고 하는 생명을 우리한테 줬는데 그게
they
100년짜리
give us
생명이에요.
two kinds of cells. So
그게
one,
비오스.
there's a
우리가 보통
bios self,
바이오 이렇게 읽죠 영어로는.
and in English we will read it as
생물학적인 생명
bio.
100년짜리를
So
줬어요.
for our
그런데
biological
여러분, 그 생명
life,
하나밖에 없다고
we can only live for
그러면
about
임페리얼
100
됐어도
years.
별거 아니에요.
So when you think
임페리얼
about that,
되느라고
if you think
쉬웠겠어요?
about a life who
고생고생했죠.
ends in 100
임페리얼이
years,
됐다고 그래가지고
becoming an imperial
돈 먹고
master
사는
is
문제
not
이런
such a
정도는
big
해결이
deal, right?
됐겠지만은
Because you have to
정말
work for
이게 죽음이
years in order
내한테
to become
촉촉촉 다가오고
imperial
있다고 생각을
masters.
하면은
And when you achieve that,
차라리
you're already
가난할 때
old.
고통스러울 때 가난에 고통이 있을 때 죽을 때가 훨씬 더
So some
낫을
people
수도
might
있어요.
ask, what is the
왜?
purpose of working
그때는
hard?
위로가 돼. 스스로 자살하는 사람들도 있잖아요. 왜?
So if you
이
think like that,
죽으면은
you
이
may
고통이 끝난다
feel better.
생각하는 위로라도
For
있어.
people
그런데
who
임페리얼까지
suicide, they
돼가지고
will think
부자가 돼가지고
better,
매달 1억씩이
feel
들어오는데
better if
아직
they
다안
think, what is the
썼는데
purpose of
몇십억이
working
통장에
hard,
쌓여
of living
있는데
well?
1억씩이 들어오는데 그런데 이거를
But
놓고 죽어야
actually,
되나?
this is not
엄청 억울해요.
what we
이게
are
애터미의
or we
딜레마예요.
want to achieve. Because when you live a life like our imperial masters, when you live a successful life, you will start worrying about death because I have so many money, I didn't use them, and now I have to die. I feel so
또 하나의 방책을 세웠어요.
sorry about
근데
that.
다행히
I'm very
그
angry
방책이
about that.
성경 안에 있어. 창조주 하나님이 원래 생명을 두 개를 계획을 하셨대요.
So within the
100년짜리
Bible,
인생 열차를
it
타고
was
가다가
we were told
홀라당
that
옮겨
we
탈
have
수
two
있는데
types of
그 옮겨
life.
타는
So
기차는
one is
노예라고
the
하는
Bill's
생명
life
열차인데
that I
이거는
just told
끝이
you,
없어.
and the
속에서 영원히
second
달려.
life is
근데 그 조회라고
called
하는
Joe.
생명을 우리한테 주는데 그 생명은
So it is a
창조주
never-ending
하나님 자신의
journey
생명을 나눠주는 거예요.
because
그러니까 창조주
the
하나님이
God is
사람의 몸을
sharing
입고 와가지고
His life to us
죽어서 우리에게 그 생명을
so
주는
that we
거예요.
can
자, 여러분
live
하나의
eternally.
곡식이 죽지 않으면은 생명을 나눠줄 수가
So what I
없어요.
mean
그래서 하늘의
is
밀이 땅에 떨어져
not
죽으면
about
많은 열매를
physical,
그러니까 창조주
our physical
하나님이
body,
와서
and we are
죽었어요.
talking about the
십자가에서.
spirit we
부활하셨어요.
have.
그
Actually, our
생명을
spirits
우리에게
have a
나눠주는데
eternal life.
그것을 어떻게 받는지를 설명하는
So
책이
we have to
성경에
use it well.
그러니까 기독교를 잘못 이해하면은 이 생명을 받는 것이
So
가장
that is
크고
the
핵심적인
reason why I
건데
always
우리는
emphasize everyone
먼저
should read the Bible, because
받아들이는
there you will
종로가 있어요.
find the
율상 앞에
real
가서 빌고 복음가마
values
앞에 가서
of
빌고
life.
지극 정성을 다하면은 액땜을
And a
한다.
lot of people found
그래서
it so hard
어려움을 겪지 않는다
to live a
하는
good
그런
life
것
because
때문에
they don't know the
이제
true
그
concept
지극정성으로
of the good
빌면은 뭔가를
life.
판 그게 아니에요. 이
But
구체적으로 이
in
생명을
order to learn
받는
the
거다.
real value,
그런데 이것을
you
다
have
문자로
to
나누지
study, you
못하고
have to read
설명하는
the
것이
Bible.
성경이에요. 그래서 이거를 좀
And in the
설명하는
Bible, we were
설명회를
told that we should share,
사경에서
we should love.
내일은 영상으로 하고요.
So this is
다음
very
주에
important.
다음 주 금요일 날
It's a
오늘
very important
금요일이죠.
thing that we
다음
should
주
all know.
금요일에
And
9시부터
we have
우리
a
본사에서
special Bible section
오프라인으로 복음 사경회를 합니다.
next Friday
여러분들
on
조금 아침에 일찍
27th
나오셔가지고
May.
그 사경회에
And
참석을
we will
해서
have this
애터미에서 임페리얼
Bible
되는 것보다
section.
어쩌면 더 급할 수도 있어요.
And I truly recommend all of you to join the session and to learn more about your
뭐
life.
제가 특별히 얘기해서 죽는 게 아니고 그냥 죽는 사람들이 있어요.
I'm not
그렇게.
saying that,
그래서
we have to got eternal life. We shouldn't,
복음 사경에 관심
we should
가지시기를 바라겠고요.
get
오늘
rid
이제
of
여기
death.
온
I'm telling you
죽을 때
guys
또
to
죽더라도
understand
또
the
사업을
real
해서 일단
meaning
성공하고
of
나서
life and real
죽어야
meaning
될
of
거 아니에요.
death.
근데 성공을
And
하는데
that's
제일
how you have
핵심적이고
this
중요한 게
passion and
뭐냐면은
motivation
인생 시나리오를 쓰는 거예요. 인생
in
시나리오
all
쓰는 거.
aspects in your
집에
life.
가서라도 꼭
And
쓰세요.
also, I would
최소한
like
한
to
달에 한 번은
emphasize
다시 쓰고
that
다시
you should
쓰고
write
다시
your
써요.
life
그래서
scenario.
여러분들
Not only
머릿속에
writing your own
내가
life
어떤 성공을 할
scenario, you
건지가
have to
머릿속에
renew it. You have to
그려져야
make updates every month because you have to
여러분들이 몸이
make
움직이는
your
거예요.
life,
그러니까 그
your dream
여러분들이 살고
life, your
싶은
dream
삶이 어떤 삶이야
successful
되냐면은
life in your
와,
head,
나 이렇게
like a
된다고
movie.
하면은 나 진짜 미쳐버리겠다.
And you have
나
to become
뭔 짓이든지 할 수
crazy
있어.
because of
나쁜
that.
짓만 아니라고 하면은 나 뭔
You
짓
will
어떤
willing
어려움도
to give up
감내할 수 있고 잠
everything.
안 잘 수도
You
있고
can give
누가
up
와서 나 밟아도
sleeping.
괜찮아.
You can give
한
up
달에
like
1억씩만
all
벌 수
your
있다고 하면은 그래요, 안
leisure
그래요?
time to
그것도 평생
focus on
받는 게
the
아니고
business just to achieve that
한 1,
kind of
2년만
successful
밟히면은
life. So it
괜찮아.
might
이
sound
이연자
very
임페리얼이
tiring, but
뭐
you will find the
몇년 동안
difference of your
계속
life
잡혔겠어요? 안 그래요. 한 500,
within a year,
3만 원만
just like our
잡혀오잖아요.
Imperial Master
그러면 임페리얼 가기 전에
이연자.
안 밟혀.
So
왜?
it
15년
seems like
되고
it
나왔는데 왜
seems like she have
밟히냐고.
worked for 10
그렇기
years
때문에
or more
여러분,
to become Imperial Master, but
정말
actually no, like
여러분들은
about 5
꿈을
years
갖는데
ago, she's
여러분
already
머릿속에
enjoying
떠오르는
a
것을
very
그대로
successful
적어요.
life. So
정상적인
the key
사람은요
point is to write
가능성이
the life
없는 것이
scenario.
떠오르진 않아요. 네. 혹시 여기 막
And don't be
50
afraid to
넘은
dream
그런
big,
아주머니가
because I
내가
can see some
육군사관학교를 가서
people here, you may
멋진 군인이 한번
be
되어봐야 되겠다. 이런
life
생각이 막 떠오르면은
housewife, or
그건
you
불가능하죠.
might be
왜?
a
육군사관학교는
normal
50대
ordinary
아줌마를 안
people.
받아요. 네.
And
그러니까 그건
they may
불가능해요.
ask me,
그런데 그런 생각이 막 떠올라. 그러면은 그런 분은 이제 병원에 가야 돼. 청량리 쪽으로. 네. 치료 대상이에요. 그런데 내가 나한 저기 뭐야 서울에도 아파트 하나 있고 한 50평짜리
So
하나
I have
있고
a big apartment in
우리
Seoul
지방에도 전원주택 하나 있어서
and
주말에는
also
좀
have
어디 좀 가서
pension in local
살아봐야
area, rural
되겠다.
areas. I
전
want to
세계를 좀
live
여행을
over
하면서
there
그냥 돈 걱정 안
and
하고 한
travel
달 정도
across
그냥
the world
여행
without
가고
worrying
여행 가고
about
여행 가고 그런
money.
거 한번
So I
해봤으면
just want to
좋겠다.
travel
아니면 막
every
저기
day.
유람선 1년짜리 있어요.
Or let's
1년짜리.
say there's
전
cruise
세계를 막
travel
지구 한
that you
바퀴 도는
can
거
have for
이런
1
거
year. You can
그냥 몇
travel
억만 주면
all
돼.
around the world. You can just pay
아니 근데 그거 한
hundreds of
달치만 받아갖고
millions.
1년짜리 다니면 어때요? 다닐만
So
하죠.
what
그리고
about you
나머지는
get the commission for
남잖아요.
1
그러니까
month
그런
and
거를 한번 해봐야
spend the
되겠다는
rest of the
생각이 막
money for
머릿속에
travel?
떠오르면은 그거는
So if you have
가능성이
that
있는
kind
거예요.
of idea,
여러분,
that means
여러분
you
머릿속에
can do that.
가능성이 있는 것은 다
In your
적으세요.
head,
왜?
something that you can
되는
imagine,
거예요.
you need to write
그런데
down
100%
everything
되는 게
on your
아니고
life scenario. You
100%
can
되는 거
make that
아니에요.
true.
그런데
Of course,
가능성은
it
있는
might
거예요.
not be 100%
여러분, 우리가
possible,
도전을
but
한다고 하는
anyway,
것은요,
it is still
100% 되는 일을
possible.
도전한다는 말을 하지
When you
않아요.
take up on the
여러분, 뒷동산
challenge, we
올라가는데
don't use the word
그거를 막
challenge if
도전한다고
that
하는 데는
is
어디가 있어?
100%
슬리퍼 신고
possible.
올라갈 수 있는
When you are
뒷산을.
walking on the
그러면서
hill,
100%
that's not a
갈 수 있는
challenge.
것은요, 거기
You
가가지고는요,
don't talk about
아무런 것도
challenge
안
when you just
나와.
walk on a hill
그런데 예를 들면
in your neighborhood. Let's say you want to climb up the mountain Everest. That's more than 8,000 meters.
정말
In that
전문가들도
case,
도전해서 날씨가 도와주고
even
뭐가
the
여건이
very
도와줘야 그게
specialized
가능한 거지.
experts,
100%
they can
가능한
make
것도
it
아니에요.
when all
그런 것을
conditions are
도전이라고
met,
해요.
when there's good
그런데
weather. And
그런
those things
것을
are what we
도전을
call
하게 되면은
challenge. And when you take up on that
그것이
kind of
이루어지는
challenge,
거예요.
that
도전하는
comes
사람들 중에
true.
그걸 이룬 사람들이 많아요.
Many people who
그래서
take
여러분들이
up
한
on
달에
the
1억 버는
challenge,
사람이 돼야
many people
되겠다고
achieve their
도전하는
dreams.
거.
So if you take up the
애터미라는
challenge that
도구가
you want to
있으니까
earn
가능하다 이거예요.
100
한 달에
million a
10억은 안
month,
돼.
you
왜?
can do that.
상한선이 있어가지고.
1 billion, you cannot do that because
다른
there's a
사람하고
ceiling.
같이 나누도록. 그래서 우리는
You should share with
상한선이
other
있기
people. So we
때문에
have the
지금
ceiling.
시작하는 사람도
So for those
일본
of you who
사업가하고
can
똑같아. 10년 전에
start as
시작한
a new
사람하고
member right
똑같단
now,
말이에요.
that's same
그렇기
as
때문에
distributor who started 10
누구든지
years ago. So
임페리얼에
anyone
갈 수가
can
있다.
become imperial
그러니까
master.
여러분들이 도전을
So
하라 이거예요.
you
근데
need to
여러분들
take on
이런
the
거예요.
challenge.
동굴에 갇혔어.
So let's say you are stuck
동굴에
in a
갇혔는데
cave,
동굴 입구가
and the
이렇게
entrance of
촛불처럼
the
불빛이
cave,
보여.
you can see the light,
나머지는 막
the entrance of the
이
cave. And
온
all the rest of
99%가
the
다
area,
시커먼 절벽밖에 없어.
99% is all
벽이야 다
darkness.
동굴이야
It's
막혔어.
all walls. It's all
그러면은
covered by
어떻게
the
해야 돼?
walls.
우와,
What should you
저기
do
동굴
then?
입구 조그만 게 보이는데
You see
와,
the
내가
small
여기서 빠져나갈
entrance of the
확률은
cave. So
0.1%밖에
what's
안
the
되네.
possibility of getting out
이
of this
어둠이
cave?
이렇게
It's
많은데
only
내가 어떻게 나가?
0.1%. You are surrounded by darkness. If you think like that, you end up dying there.
온통 어둠으로
But
쌓여 있더라도
even with
저
all
멀리
darkness
불빛이 surrounding
surrounding you, when
그곳을
you can
향해서
see
한
the
발짝 한
light
발짝 가야 되는
far
거예요.
ahead, you need to take
바닥이
one step,
어두워가지고
step by step.
막 돌뿌리에 걸려서 무릎이 깨지더라도
Sometimes it is
가려고
too
하면은
dark
가야
and there
된다는
are some
거예요.
stones
그게
on the
성공의
pathway,
길이라는
but
겁니다.
in order to survive, you need to still
그런데
walk on that path.
나갔을 때나 동굴에 있을 때나 똑같으면은
So if you are the same, whether you are inside the cave or outside the cave, who would want to walk that
그러니까 여러분,
difficult
이
path?
지금 여러분이 갇혀 있는 이
So the
가나이라는
cave
동굴,
that you are stuck in right now,
여러분들이 그냥
the
가슴이
cave of
답답해 죽어야 돼.
poverty,
나 이런 데서 살고 싶지 않았거든.
you should be really
어렸을 때
frustrated to
소녀
be
시절에는
stuck here.
그래도
When you were
헐헐
young,
날아다녔잖아요.
everyone had big
그 꿈을
dreams.
여러분들이 다시 찾아봐야 된다.
You need to remember that
그래서
dream
여기서 다시 그
again.
꿈을 키워내야 되는 거예요.
And that's where you
그래서
start up
정말
again.
나는 이것이 이루어질 수만 있다고 하면은
So
나는 무릎이 깨져도 괜찮아.
if you can achieve the dream,
이은상
you can do anything.
시인의
That's the
시가
mindset that you should have.
어려웠을 때
When I was
아버지가
in
바로 저기
difficult
예서
situation,
말 수는 없다. 한 조각
I
심장만
thought
남겨들
I should never give
부둥켜 안고
up.
가야만 하는 결례가 있다 하는. 정말 저는 팔다리가 다
So
끊어지고
even though my
정말
limbs
이 심장
could disappear, I would
저처럼
just
가족을
sustain with my
가족에 대한
heart.
사랑의 심장 아닙니까?
This is heart,
이 심장
love for
하나만
your
있다고
family.
하면은 나는 정말
With only
팔다리가
this
다
heart,
달아져 없어지더라도
even if you don't
나는
have
이
your arms
심장을
or
안고
legs, if you have
굴러서라도
this
굴러서라도
heart,
가겠다는 생각을
I had the result that I should go forward that goal.
여러분의 사랑을 표현할 수 있는 길이라고 하면은
That's the way you can express your love, even though it is hurting and it is really difficult. You need to walk on that pathway, but after you reach that objective goal, if you achieve dream, when you look backwards, those difficult times are not that much. But now, even with small pain, you are complaining and you don't take on the challenge.
그 생각이 부족해서 그러는 거예요.
That's because you don't dream of what's outside the cave. Imagine you can earn 100 million a month. Then you can support your parents and you can raise your children. and you can do everything for them. And there are many more valuable things other than earning money. You can just let your children do anything they want. They can do some art things. You saw the ballerina, and she looked really beautiful, but she couldn't earn much money. But after you reach Imperial Master, please come to the stage to perform ballet here. So those kind of people can achieve their dream. But you should also promote to other people. You should present what you're doing to other people, to your families, to your friends, and to all the people, you know. But the problem is that you're worried too much about what if it doesn't become true. Being courageous is not like you're not be able to feel fear. So courage means you are facing against the fear. Sometimes it might not work. Anyway, we already have experienced many failures. So having more failures don't make that much difference. But with Atomy, just face the fear with Atomy. So when you're neglected by other people, I was not crying inside. Few years later, when I become a successful leader, let's see what you say to me. Let's see what your facial expression will be like if I become successful in few years. And when I imagined that, I was laughing inside, even though other people ignored me. Because when I first started this business, I called 250 people. I asked them to be the distributor, but they refused. Those 250 people refused this. And we had Dr. Yun. And I asked the professor to become the distributor, representative distributor. So when I first started Atomy, what I thought is that people who refuse me, people who refuse to go with me, I will wait and see what they will say to me after I become really successful in the future. That's what I thought. So maybe I'm not that a good person. Thankfully, with God, after I began to believe in God, I'm getting better and better person. But anyway, I have that kind of feeling to people who have ignored me before. So even though there are some people who are ignoring you, inside, you can think like, let's wait and see what will happen in a few years after I become successful. So you shouldn't be showing this on the surface. So think of like, so when you become Imperial Master in the end, you are going to invite those people who have ignored you. And let's become Imperial Master. Let's become successful leaders. Let's face our fear and realize your courage. That's it. Once again, please give a big hand to Chairman Park Hang-ye, who made a special lecture with dream and passion and enthusiasm. So with your sponsors and partners, I hope you would dream a new dream and have the dream for your loved ones. Lastly, let's recite the company